symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hang on to our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
On behalf of the Senate of our university, it is my singular pleasure to welcome you today to the 10th in the series of our inaugural lecture as Nigeria's first specialized medical and health sciences university. Today's inaugural lecture will be delivered by Professor Oyetunde Timothy Oyeyemi, whose academic journey began with a Bachelor of Science degree in zoology from the University of Ilorin, followed by a master's and doctorate degree in parasitology from the University of Ibadan. Currently, a professor in the Department of Bioscience and Biotechnology of our university, his work exemplifies academic excellence, groundbreaking research, and impactful mentorship. Over the years, he has focused on the epidemiology and control of parasitic disease, exploring innovative approaches such as spatial epidemiology, nanomedicine, immunology, and molecular biology. A prolific researcher, Prof. Oyeyemi has published extensively with 89 peer-reviewed articles and 2 chapters in a book, contributing significantly to the field of neglected tropical diseases covering schistosomiasis, lymphatic filariasis, soil-transmitted infection, and malaria co-infection. His pioneering studies, as we will hear today, on the interaction of freshwater snail, the intermediate host of schistosomes, have uncovered new possibilities for biological control, while his work on nanomedicine offers promising advances for treating parasitic diseases. His effort to develop cost-effective diagnostic tools, such as multiplex diagnosis for trematode amines, underlie his commitment to practical solutions tailored to African context. Notably, he established the Tropical Medicine and Immunodiagnostic Development Center for Tropical Parasite Research and continues to mentor the next generation of scientists, ensuring a legacy of innovation and impact. Professor Oyeyemi has been recognized with numerous awards and fellowships, including the Fulbright African Research Scholar Program, the RFSF Fellowship, and several others. His research has garnered funding from prestigious organizations, enabling projects that have advanced the fight against parasitic disease in our environment and globally. He has served as the Head of the Department of Biological Sciences. He has also served as Deputy Director of our Center for Research and currently holds the position of Director of that center. Today's inaugural lecture, titled Web of Affliction, Thread of Hope, Unraveling Parasites, Patterns, and Pathway to Health, reflects his dedication to unravel the complexities of parasitic diseases and eliminating pathways to improve health outcome. Professor Oyeyemi.
The Vice Chancellor, the Registrar, the Bursar, the Librarian, Deans of Faculty and Student Affairs, all distinguished professors and members of the University Senate, directors and heads of departments and units, family members and friends, my professional colleagues, students, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is a profound honor to stand before this distinguished audience to deliver the 10th inaugural lecture of our esteemed university. Notably, this marks the 3rd lecture from the Faculty of Science and the 2nd from the Department of Biosciences and Biotechnology. The adage, the fruit is celebrated, but the roots are forgotten, aptly reflects the tendency to focus on outcome while overlooking the foundational efforts. With this in mind, I would like to begin by sharing the story of my academic journey. From the early age, I had a strong desire to become a medical doctor, a dream that was further reinforced when one of my primary school teachers confidently told me, "You will become a doctor." My aspiration was largely fueled by the prestige of being addressed as doctor after graduation. However, my journey took an unexpected turn when my first JAMB examination fell short of securing admission into medicine. Determined not to give up, I enrolled in an A-level program. But even with my points, I couldn't gain entry into medicine at the University of Ilorin. At that point, I felt a deep sense of agitation, as though my dream was slipping away before my very eyes. Despite assurances that I could be offered admission into physiology or biochemistry with my A-level results, the assistance of Professor Segun Oyeyemi, Faculty of Education, and Professor Elizabeth Balogun, Department of Biochemistry, University of Ilorin, I was unable to secure admission into either course. I recall vividly visiting the College of Medicine, University of Ilorin, to check the direct entry admission list for physiology. The admission officer asked me 3 questions. What is your name? Which state do you come from? What is your point? And finally said, your name is not in the list. He mentioned that only 9 candidates were admitted into physiology by direct entry, and 8 of them were recommended by the state governor. At that point, I did not bother checking further. Even when I considered settling for microbiology, the admission officer for Faculty of Science informed Professor Oyeyemi, who had been assisting me despite not knowing me personally, that there was no space. I was left with 2 options, botany or zoology. Without any prior knowledge of the opportunities these courses could offer, I reluctantly chose zoology. I remember promising my parents I would return the next day after my journey to Ilorin, but I ended up staying for 7 days. During that time, the Holy Spirit comforted and reassured me one night, reminding me that even if I couldn't study medicine, physiology, or biochemistry, I should not be discouraged. I was encouraged to work diligently in whatever course I was given, and this became my guiding principle moving forward. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, ladies and gentlemen, during my time at the University of Ilorin, where I was studying zoology, I decided to take another JAMB examination. This time, I selected dentistry as my second choice, driven by the desire to be addressed as a doctor after graduation, should I be unable to secure admission to study medicine. However, shortly after the exam, Obafemi Awolowo University Ile-Ife, which was my preferred institution for JAMB, went on strike. The strike lasted until I had reached my 300 level at the University of Ilorin. By that point, even though I was offered admission to study dentistry at OAU, my interest in medicine or dentistry had completely waned. And I resolved to continue with zoology, aspiring to become a researcher in the field of parasitology. Since then, I've embraced my identity as a zoologist, always eager to share insights about my field with others. While I did not become a medical doctor, I became a doctor of parasitology and eventually a professor in the field. With guidance from God, I made the best decision for my part. My journey is one of grace and favor, a story of someone who received help beyond merit and intentionally uplifted by God. This realization led to a shift in my personal mantra during my time at the University of Ilorin, evolving from little beginning plus diligence equals success to little beginning plus diligence plus Christ equals excellent success. My postgraduate studies and research in zoology have been a dynamic and transformative journey, often leaving colleagues curious about my discipline. They find it surprising that a zoologist who delves so deeply into public health, epidemiology, biomedical science, pharmacology, and clinical research. However, I confidently say that my training as a zoologist has equipped me to navigate this field seamlessly. Zoology, after all, is the study of animals, their biology, biochemistry, genetics, and interaction with the ecosystem. Since humans belong to the kingdom Animalia, a zoologist can justifiably dedicate his or her life to understanding anything that impacts humanity. This perspective sparked my passion for parasitology, the study of parasites, that is, organisms that either are animals or organisms that behave like animals, inflicting harms on their host while exploiting their metabolic system. Many parasites cause significant harm to humans, making them a compelling subject for study. My interest in parasitology arose from a desire to address health challenges these organisms impose. And over the years, I have employed a multidisciplinary research arsenal to tackle these issues. In 2019, I articulated this mission in a presentation titled One Enemy, Many Soldiers, a Case of Parasites and Control, delivered at the Center of Excellence in Reproductive Health Innovation, CERI, University of Benin. This inaugural lecture I present today builds upon that theme, but with a refined lens reflecting on my journey since the beginning of my academic career. I've titled this lecture, Web of Affliction, Thread of Hope, Unraveling Parasites, Pattern and Pathways to Health. The term affliction captures profound harm parasites inflict on their host, while hope signifies the opportunities to innovate, research, and provide solutions to combat these challenges. This duality embodies my belief that amidst the complexity and devastation caused by parasites, there exists immense potential to turn the tide against them through research, innovation, and resilience. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, ladies and gentlemen, the silent struggle, parasite, host, and the body they bear. Parasites often be silent and insidious, operate in the shadow of their host biology, gradually undermining Earth without immediate detection. Unlike predators that cause obvious harm, parasites employ covert strategies, making their damage evident only when symptoms escalate, often after significant harm has occurred. Parasitic infection manifests in various ways, including memory loss, gastrointestinal disturbances, fatigue, visual impairment, depression, weight loss, and skin disorders. Without timely intervention, like chemotherapy, these infections can lead to irreversible damage, including physical impairment or death. Alarmingly, parasites have been linked to other infections such as HIV, sexually transmitted infections, hepatitis, enteroviruses, and urinary tract bacterial infections. Emerging research also associated parasitic infections with non-communicable diseases like cancer, diabetes, hypertension, and asthma. Moreover, parasites contribute to profound conditions such as infertility and epileptic seizures, highlighting their broad and life-altering impact on human health. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, tragically, cultural beliefs often misattribute symptoms of parasitic infection to supernatural causes. This can lead individuals to seek spiritual and traditional remedies, delaying proper medical care and worsening the physical and societal burden of these infections. Addressing this issue requires a collaborative effort in research, education, healthcare delivery, and public awareness to demystify parasitic diseases, promote early intervention, and reduce stigma. When the parasite invades, the host immune system activates, deploying complex defense mechanisms to neutralize their threats. Adaptive immunity often suppresses parasite multiplication, prevents severe pathology. However, this response can paradoxically cause harm. In some cases, the immune system effort to eliminate parasites lead to collateral damage, a phenomenon known as immunopathology. Overzealous immune response may result in inflammation, tissue scarring, or organ damage, turning the body's defense into double-edged sword. This delicate balance between protection and harm underscores the complexity of parasite-host interactions, reflecting a continuous evolutionary harm race. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for developing therapies that minimize immunopathology while enhancing the host's ability to combat infection effectively. By exploring this intricate relationship, researchers can uncover innovative strategies to manage parasitic infections, ensuring the immune system acts as a shield rather than source of harm. Sir Vice Chancellor, sir, ladies and gentlemen, advancing public health through multidimensional insight into malaria and parasitic diseases in Nigeria. Malaria, caused by Plasmodium species, remains a major public health challenge in sub-Saharan Africa. In 2022, the region accounted for 94% of global malaria cases and 95% of malaria deaths, with 78% of fatalities occurring in children under 5, according to WHO 2023. Nigeria led with 26.8% of cases and 31.1% of deaths. Despite interventions, malaria remains prevalent, especially among pregnant women and infants. Oyeyemi et al. 2016. My research focuses on transmission dynamics, diagnostics challenges, epidemiology in high-risk population, and translating findings into policy and practice. Nigeria's tropical climate, characterized by abundant rainfall and sunlight, creates an environment conducive to malaria transmission. Using spatiotemporal analysis, our team examined the relationship between malaria incidence and environmental predictors such as rainfall, temperature, and vegetation indices. The study revealed that malaria transmission is highly sensitive to environmental changes, with significant clustering in areas favorable for mosquito breeding. Okunlola and Oyeyemi 2019. This finding highlights the need to integrate environmental and climatic variables into malaria control strategies. Further analysis explored the vegetation indices, livestock practices, and human environment interaction, and how these influence malaria transmissions. We reported livestock farming in densely vegetated areas was associated with increased mosquito breeding sites and higher malaria prevalence, Okunlola et al. 2024, and concluded that sustainable land use and livestock management are essential for reducing vector habitat and mitigating malaria risk. Pregnant women face heightened malaria vulnerability due to placenta sequestration of infected red blood cells, leading to maternal anemia and adverse birth outcome. Our study found high parasite density in early pregnancy, Oyeyemi et al. 2016, underscoring the importance of targeted intervention, including rapid diagnostic tests and intermittent preventive treatment. Similarly, our studies reported that malaria prevalence among infants was higher than expected, necessitating enhanced chemoprophylaxis, vector control, and maternal education. Our research on orphan and vulnerable children in Ondo City found alarmingly low insecticide net usage, with only 38% reporting consistent use. Barriers included limited access, misconception, and improper storage. Oyeyemi et al. 2021a. Addressing these challenges is crucial for effective malaria prevention among this high-risk group. Our model found no significant association between insecticide net coverage and malaria reduction. Okunlola et al. 2021a. Special factors such as urbanization and water proximity influence ITN effectiveness. Additionally, while microscopy remains the gold standard of malaria diagnosis due to its precision, it is resource intensive, limiting its application in low resource settings. Rapid diagnostic test offers a faster, user-friendly alternative to microscopy, aiding malaria diagnosis in remote areas. Our study found high specificity of rapid diagnostic tests in infants and moderate specificity in pregnant women. Oyeyemi et al. 2016, but poor sensitivity for low parasitemia, necessitating confirmatory testing. Oyeyemi et al. 2015A, Oyeyemi et al. 2016. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, ladies and gentlemen, hidden in the shadow, unveiling neglected group in parasitic disease control. Neglected tropical diseases affect over 1 billion people, mainly in impoverished regions. Recognizing their burden, Sustainable Development Goal 3.3 aims to eliminate NTDs by 2030. Many NTDs cause severe health and socio-economic impact, often resisting treatment due to drug resistance and inadequate coverage. Schistosomiasis, affecting over 250 million globally, is most prevalent in Nigeria, with about 29 million cases and over 100 million people at risk of infection, according to WHO 2023. Despite the WHO-led preventive chemotherapy program targeting more than 75% school-age children, transmission remains high in Nigeria. Oyeyemi et al. 2020. Our research on maternal schistosomiasis addressed the scarcity of data and the need to advocate for pregnant women's inclusion in intervention programs due to the risk of untreated infection. Before our study, only one study had explored this issue in Nigeria, and that is Eyo et al. 2012. We were the first to comprehensively examine maternal schistosomiasis, pregnancy, trimester, and gravidity, Salawu and Odaibu, 2013, finding schistosoma hematobium infection in over 20% of pregnant women. This challenges assumptions that pregnant women have low exposure in endemic areas, while trimester and gravidity were not linked to prevalence. Younger women had a higher infection risk. Similarly, our study reviewed preschool age children 1 to 5 years to exhibit notable infection, Salawu and Odaibu, 2014b. Our study investigated indirect diagnostic markers of schistosoma hematobium in children and pregnant women, highlighting hematuria and proteinuria as reliable indicators using reagent strips. Azan et al. 2012, Morenikeji et al. 2014. Microhematuria showed moderate sensitivity in preschoolers, but high effectiveness in school-age children and pregnant women. Proteinuria with 80.3% sensitivity was optimal for school-age children, Salawu and Odaibu, 2014b, Oyeyemi and Odaibu, 2017. However, high false positive rate of proteinuria in endemic areas complicate preeclampsia management in pregnancy. Our study reviewed Parasites effectively treat schistosomiasis, reducing egg excretion by more than 95% and resolving hematuria and proteinuria in children, Salami et al. 2016. Our studies in Ogun State stressed that combination of treatment with education and water access will have lasting impact. Oyeyemi et al. 2018A, Oyeyemi et al. 2018B. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, our research on urogenital schistosomiasis and its systemic effect revealed that schistosoma hematobium infection is potentially linked to liver and kidney pathologies. Oyeyemi et al. 2022. While previous studies attributed schistosoma mannsoni with liver damage, our findings reveal elevated level of biochemical and metabolite indicators of liver and kidney dysfunction in schistosoma hematobium infected individuals. Despite ongoing mass drug administration programs, schistosomiasis transmission persists. Emerging evidence suggests livestock, particularly cattle, may contribute to disease transmission. Our study investigated this zoonotic aspect in Nigeria, identifying a correlation between schistosomiasis prevalence and cattle population density. Oyeyemi et al. 2023. Regions with high cattle population such as Northwest, Southeast, and Southwest recorded increased schistosomiasis transmission, while areas with declining cattle population such as the Northeast and South saw reduced endemicity. This study, the first in Nigeria to evaluate livestock role in schistosomiasis transmission, calls for paradigm shift in control strategies, incorporating livestock management, targeted veterinary intervention, and environmental control measures along human MDA, that is mass drug administration, is crucial. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, beyond schistosomiasis, we have investigated other neglected tropical diseases, including soil-transmitted ehrlichiasis and lymphatic filariasis. Our studies on soil-transmitted ehrlichiasis endemicity and the performance of preventive chemotherapy intervention programs in Nigeria analyzed WHO data from expanded special project for elimination of NTDs, ESPEN. Findings indicate that soil-transmitted ehrlich transmission persists across all the statistics, all the 6 geopolitical zones, with higher endemicity in the southern region, highlighting the need for targeted intervention strategies. Okunlola and Oyeyemi, 2023. The lack of preventive chemotherapy for preschool age children remains a significant concern, as this vulnerable group is highly susceptible to soil-transmitted ehrlich infections. The exclusion of this age group undermines national control efforts, since early exposure to ehrlich can result in long-term health and developmental consequences. Additionally, our studies reveal that preventive chemotherapy coverage for school-age children was only 19.3%, far below the WHO benchmark of not less than 75%, highlighting the challenges in reaching high-risk population. This underscores the need for improved outreach, resource allocation, and political commitment to achieve the WHO targets. Despite frequent treatment administration, the persistence of soil-transmitted ehrlich infection suggests that multiple rounds of preventive chemotherapy alone may not significantly reduce endemicity. This could be attributed to reinfection due to inadequate sanitation, poor hygiene practice, and gaps in treatment delivery. Our study identified varying infection intensity with 41.5% of children having low intensity, 41.6% moderate infection, and 13.4% high intensity infection. These findings emphasize the necessity of tailored treatment strategies based on infection intensity. So, Vice Chancellor, sir. Another NTD our team explored is lymphatic filariasis, commonly called LF, caused by Wucheran crofty and transmitted through mosquito bites. LF leads to severe disfigurement and disability, affecting quality of life and socioeconomic well-being. A study we conducted in Adodo Otal local government, Ogun State, reported a Wucheran crofty prevalence of 21%, with higher infection rate among males than females. Okonova et al. 2014. The highest prevalence was observed in individuals aged 60 and above. Clinical manifestations varied by gender, with hydrozil more common in males and limb elephantiasis in females. Our study uncovered major gaps in awareness and prevention of lymphatic filariasis, Oluwabiyi et al. 2016. While 51.2% had heard of elephantiasis, only 9.3% knew mosquito transmitted. Rural areas' lack of health education and stigma was evident, with 26.1% labeling lymphatic filariasis abominable. These findings emphasize the need for culturally tailored campaign to improve knowledge and reduce stigma. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, ladies and gentlemen, co-infection when affliction meets affliction. Over the years, our research team has extensively investigated co-infection, a condition in which a host simultaneously harbors multiple infectious agents. Co-infection presents complex interaction with immune responses that can either exacerbate or mitigate disease severity, leading to varied clinical outcomes. Our studies have examined multiple co-infection scenarios, including malaria and hepatitis B virus, malaria and HIV, cerebral malaria and toxoplasmosis, trichomonas vaginalis and HIV, and enteroviruses and intestinal parasites. Our research on poliovirus and enteroviruses in Nigeria's children infected with intestinal emit provided key insights into the persistent circulation of enteroviruses in Nigeria. Adekolujo et al. 2015. The study established a significant association between enteroviruses, including poliovirus, and intestinal parasitic infection, particularly hookworm and Taenia species, suggesting a potential role of parasites in enteroviral transmission. Children aged 0 to 4 years were identified as the most vulnerable group, emphasizing the need for targeted deworming and vaccination programs. Additionally, the persistence of poliovirus was linked to poor sanitation and a high burden of enteroviral infection, reinforcing the need for comprehensive water sanitation and hygiene interventions along with an immunization campaign. We have also explored the interaction between Plasmodium falciparum and hepatitis B virus, as well as malaria and HIV/AIDS, which remain major public health concerns in Nigeria. Our study on malaria hepatitis B virus co-infection in Abuja, including pregnant women, revealed that malaria prevalence was age-dependent, while hepatitis B virus and co-infection show no significant association with age or gender. Oyeyemi and Amogu, 2015A and 2015B. Given that both pathogens target hepatocyte, as liver cell, our findings suggest potential immunological interaction affecting disease progression. In addition, our studies on Trichomonas vaginalis and HIV interaction highlight critical implications for sexual and reproductive health. A study in Badagry, Lagos, found that 35.8% of Trichomonas vaginalis infected women were also HIV positive, reinforcing the role of sexually transmitted infection in amplifying HIV transmission. Salau and Ezome, 2016. This insight emphasized the need for targeted STI interventions as a cost-effective HIV prevention strategies, particularly among sexually active women. Sir Vice Chancellor, sir. In another co-infection study, we explore malaria interaction with vaccine-preventable diseases in Africa, finding an inverse relationship between malaria and measles, potentially due to immune modulation, and a positive correlation between malaria and yellow fever, suggesting shared ecological and transmission dynamics through mosquito vector. Okunlola and Oyeyemi, 2022. Malaria and schistosomiasis significantly impact global health. Our research found that co-infection with Schistosoma hematobium and Plasmodium falciparum enhances anti-schistosoma IgG antibody production in school-age children, likely through cytokine-mediated mechanisms or polyclonal B-cell activation. However, higher malaria parasitemia induces this antibodies level, revealing a complex immune interplay. Morenikeji et al. 2016A. These findings underscore the diagnostic challenges of co-infection, as altered antibody responses may affect accurate serological diagnosis for schistosomiasis, highlighting the need for nuanced diagnostic approaches. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. In a related investigation, we explored the impact of co-infection on renal health in children in a rural, resource-limited community. Morenikeji et al. 2016B. Our findings reveal that co-infection exacerbates renal-related disorder, particularly hematuria and proteinuria, compared to single infection. These highlight the need for integrated control measures, as the high prevalence of both schistosomiasis and malaria in the study area emphasizes the importance of simultaneously targeting both diseases. The COVID-19 pandemic further highlighted the importance of integrated disease control. Our study found that regions endemic for schistosomiasis experience worse COVID-19 outcome with higher active case rates and lower recovery rates, suggesting that chronic schistosomiasis may compromise immune response to SARS-CoV-2 virus. Oyeyemi et al. 2020. Additionally, countries with high transplanted treatment coverage showed improved COVID-19 recovery rate, indicating the potential immunomodulatory benefit of schistosomiasis control program. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, ladies and gentlemen, of snails and streams, the ecology of schistosomiasis transmission and molecular insights. Freshwater snails are key intermediaries in schistosomal transmission, with their distribution and ecology affecting disease spread. Environmental factors like water quality, temperature, and species competition impact snail survival and distribution, influencing control strategies. In a study in Yewa North, Ogun State, Nigeria, we identified 13 snail species, including Bulanus cameroonensis, reported for the first time in Nigeria. Molecular techniques refined the species identification and revealed that 34.9% schistosomal infection rate among snails. These findings underscore the need for integrated snail control in schistosomiasis management. Salawu and Odaibu, 2012. Salawu and Odaibu, 2014, and Akinwale et al. 2015. Our research found that hybridization between Schistosoma hematobium and Schistosoma bovis, or Schistosoma corazoni, occurs in both farming and pastoral areas in Nigeria, not just where human and animals share water. Ajakaye et al. 2024. Using advanced DNA analysis, we discover ongoing hybridization, with some hybrid even back crossing. By studying specific genetic markers, we gain deeper insight into this event. This highlights the need for a better monitoring and combined strategies to control schistosomiasis transmission effectively. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, when biology meets chemistry, designing nanodrugs for a healthier tomorrow. For centuries, plants have been integral to traditional medicine, offering remedies for a wide range of ailments, including infectious diseases. Oyeyemi et al. 2019. Indigenous communities continue to rely on medicinal plants due to their accessibility, affordability, and cultural significance. These plants contain bioactive compounds with antimicrobial, antiparasitic, and insecticidal properties, making them valuable in the search for new therapeutic agents. Oyeyemi et al. 2019, Oyeyemi et al. 2023. My interest in drug discovery began during a discussion with my academic mentor, Professor Alexander Odaibu, on parasitic disease control. I was initially tasked with studying Iptis travalens, a plant used locally to repel mosquito, and its insecticidal property. Upon reviewing literature, I shifted my focus to investigating its effect on the snail intermediate host of schistosome, marking the start of my research into plant-based molluscicides and their role in control of neglected tropical diseases. We demonstrated the molluscicidal effect of Iptis travalens against Bulanus globosus, a host of Schistosoma hematobium, Salawu and Odaibu, 2011. This study revealed concentration-dependent mortality rates, with adult snails being most susceptible as eggs displaying the highest resistance. These findings emphasize the physiological impact of plant molluscicides, such as osmoregulatory disruption and respiratory impairment, providing a potential alternative to synthetic molluscicide and like niclosamide. Expanding this research, we also evaluate Carica papaya and Terminella captapa against Bamphalaria feiferi and Bulanus globosus, revealing species-specific activities and highlighting the potential for targeted control of snail population. Adetunji and Salawu, 2010. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. In further studies, we assess Calotropis procera and Morinda lucida for their molluscidal activities against Limnia natalensis, the host of Fasciola gigantica, showing potent effects with Calotropis procera being more effective against adult snails and Morinda lucida more potent against developing embryos. Oyeyemi et al. 2022. Thank you. We also explored the anti-emetic potential of this plant against Fasciola gigantica, with Calotropis procera demonstrating superior efficacy, reinforcing its potential as natural remedy. Additionally, we examined the effectiveness of edible mushroom like Ganoderma aplanatum and Cantharellus cibarius against eggs and myriadia of Fasciola, offering promising alternative to synthetic fasciolicide. Unwafo et al. 2018. My passion for addressing parasitic diseases evolved during my PhD and led me to pursue advanced training in drug discovery. The training at the National Institute of Immunology, New Delhi, equipped me with skills in nanomedicine, which has become a key focus of my research. Nanotechnology offers innovative solutions to overcome challenges such as drug resistance and poor bioavailability by improving drug solubility and targeting delivery. Oyeyemi, 2021. Our work on curcumin-loaded PLG nanoparticle and artesunate-loaded PLG nanoparticle demonstrated the potential of nanomedicine in enhancing the efficacy and safety of treatment for malaria and other infectious diseases. This development highlights the transformative potential of nanotechnology in advancing infectious disease treatment. We developed curcumin artesunate co-loaded PLG nanoparticle to enhance drugs synergy and overcome pharmacokinetic challenges. Oyeyemi et al. 2018C. This nanomedicine approach improves solubility, stability, therapeutic efficacy, achieving sustained drug release over 7 days with superior anti-malaria activity compared to chloroquine and artesunate. This formulation demonstrates enhanced safety, maintaining stable hematological parameters and reducing hepatotoxicity, making it a cost-effective malaria treatment. Expanding our research, we developed curcumin-niacin PLA nanoparticle for fascioliasis treatment and snail control. Oyeyemi et al. 2018D. Omobude et al. 2017 and Omobude et al. 2019. The formulation exhibited sustained release of that activity compared to albendazole, which is the mainstay drug for treatment of fascioliasis, and no reproductive toxicity in mouse model. Additionally, curcumin-niacin nanoparticle shows selective multiscalar eye action against Bamphalaria feiferi, Bulinor globosus, Limna natalensis, disrupting their reproductive cycle. This finding supports its potential as biodegradable, eco-friendly alternative for parasitic disease control. Our research extends beyond parasitic disease control to cardiovascular therapeutics, exploring the cardioprotective effect of curcumin-niacin nanoparticle in isoproterenol-induced myocardial infarction in guinea pig, Nabufa et al. 2018. Pretreatment with curcumin-niacin reduced cardiac troponin 1 and kidney injury molecule 1 expression, lowered oxidative stress biomarker, and improved ECG parameters, demonstrating its potential for myocardial protection. Additionally, we have advanced nanoparticle-based approach for infectious disease control. Recognizing the need for sustainable synthesis, we initiated green nanoparticle research using silver nitrate. Our team formulated Calotropis procera mediated silver nanoparticle with superior ovicidal and myriacidal effect against Fasciola species compared to crude extract and albendazole. Okeke et al. 2022. Thank you. Similarly, we investigated Astonia congensis based silver nanoparticle, which exhibited potent multiscalar activities against Pfizer acuta and Bulinus fuscali, key trematode host. Oyeyemi et al. 2023. These findings bridge phytomedicine and nanotechnology, highlighting eco-friendly nanoparticles as promising solutions for parasitic control and cardioprotection, particularly in resource-limited settings. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. Multiplex diagnostics, one test, many answers for Africa. My interest in diagnostic research stemmed from challenges in microscopy-based schistosomiasis diagnosis. This deepened through my mentor, Professor Alexander Odaibu, collaboration with Professor Wei Hu, China CDC. Though an opportunity to train in Professor Hu's lab fell through due to bureaucratic delays, I was supposed to get a document from the government of Nigeria, but I couldn't get that document, so I missed the opportunity. I later secured a senior postdoctoral fellowship at the Renerato Research Institute, Fiocruz, Brazil, where I honed diagnostic development skills. This led to my successful NRF TED Fund grant, enabling the establishment of the Tropical Medicine and Diagnostic Development Laboratory, where I have trained masters and PhD students. Thank you. My research demonstrated the diagnostic potential of schistosomal crude antigen for schistosoma mansoni with an optimized schistosomal crude antigen ELISA showing 96.67% sensitivity and 86.68 or 67% specificity. Oyeyemi et al. 2021b. Schistosomal crude antigens' cost effectiveness and strong immunoreactivity suggest its suitability for resource-limited settings. Further studies by one of my PhD students validated schistosoma hematobium soluble egg antigen and schistosoma worm antigen in sero-diagnosis, achieving 90% and 92% sensitivity, respectively, Sulaiman et al. 2024. Their ability to detect infection in microscopy negative individuals underscore their utility in identifying chronic cases. Identify antigenic markers, provide avenue for molecular characterization and recombinant protein development, supporting scalable, cost-effective diagnostic for schistosomiasis control and elimination. One of my master students explored the diagnostic potential of crude antigen from Fasciola gigantica, specifically worm antigen and egg antigen, for detection of schistosoma hematobium infection, Adeshida et al. 2024. Fasciola worm antigen-based ELISA demonstrated high diagnostic accuracy, with urine-based assay achieving over 97% sensitivity and 85% specificity, offering a viable non-invasive alternative to serum test in resource-limited setting. We have recently identified some of these Fasciola antigen-based proteins using liquid chromatography mass spec approach with the aim of developing monoclonal antibody-based diagnostic kits. We also introduced iDot, a rapid dot blot platform for schistosoma mansoni detection using recombinant major egg antigen with urine sample, Pedrosa et al. 2021. With an accuracy of 0.74, sensitivity of 72, and specificity of 79, iDot effectively detect low parasite burden, often missed in conventional method of diagnosis, especially the like of a cat-to-cat. Building on these advances, my research focuses on profiling immunoreactive trematoproteins to develop multiplex point-of-care diagnostic for schistosoma mansoni and schistosoma hematobium, Oyeyemi et al. 2024. In collaboration with scientists from Brazil, Germany, and the United States, we aim to produce a highly sensitive diagnostic device, advancing schistosomiasis surveillance and control towards the 2030 elimination targets. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, ladies and gentlemen, thread of hope, training the next generation of parasitology researchers. My commitment to capacity building in parasitology research is driven by the need to train the next generation of scientists to tackle parasitic diseases. Through mentorship and hands-on training, I have successfully supervised many graduate students, equipping them with research competencies, grantmanship skills, and opportunity for impactful contribution. Notably, my PhD student, Ms. Kabirat Sulaiman, secured the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation ISID Research Capacity Building Grant, worth of $7,500, advancing our work in schistosomiasis immunodiagnostics. Similarly, Mr. Tajuddin Oriade, one of my PhD students, also received a competitive travel grant from the Initiative to Develop African Research Leaders to attend the 2024 Biology of Parasitism course in Kenya, engaging with global experts in parasite-host interaction. Beyond individual successes, my mentorship initiative have strengthened institutional research capacity. Our lab serves as a training hub for SciWest students, fostering expertise in immunodiagnostics, parasite diagnosis, and epidemiology. By integrating mentorship, grantmanship, and structured training, I aim to sustain a pipeline of skilled researchers driving innovation in parasitology. Contribution to service. I have actively contributed to institutional growth and capacity building through leadership roles and strategic initiatives. As acting head of Department of Biological Sciences, I collaborated with the Deputy Vice Chancellor to secure the Seeding Lab Equipment Access Grant in 2019, significantly enhancing research infrastructure. During my tenure, the department achieved full accreditation from the National University Commission for its 3 academic programs: animal and environmental biology, microbiology, plant biology, and biotechnology. Beyond my department, I served 3 terms as Deputy Director of the Central Office for Research and Development, CORD, before becoming Director. I spearheaded capacity building workshop on grant writing, research integrity, and predatory publishing, equipping faculty with essential skills. Under my leadership, CORD published the first institutional research grant report and launched the UNIMED Research Quarterly Bulletin, fostering scholarly discourse. I also play a key role in developing the university's first incentivization policy. I led a multidisciplinary response team to address the arthropod invasion in Afiakoko, reinforcing the university commitment to community service. Additionally, I facilitated international research collaboration and institutionalized structured mentoring for early career researchers, strengthening research culture and global engagement. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, ladies and gentlemen, recommendation: to address the burden of parasitic diseases and improve public health, a multifaceted strategy integrating research, policy, and community action is essential. These are my key recommendations. 1, expand mass drug administration and diagnostics. Include pregnant women, preschool age children, and women of reproductive age in mass drug administration programs, and use advanced diagnostic tools like immunoreactive rapid test for early detection. 2, adopt One Earth and community engagement. Integrate human, animal, and environment interventions such as snails monitoring and water management alongside community education to promote sanitation and reduce water contact. 3, enhance vector control and surveillance. Implement snail control, biological agents, and molecular surveillance of hybrid strain to monitor variants and prevent disease and prevent drug resistance. 4, invest in innovation and capacity building. Support local pharmaceutical development, young African scientists, and public-private partnership to accelerate drug and vaccine development while leveraging AI for outbreak prediction and resource allocation. In conclusion, standing at the crossroads of science and purpose, I reflect on the affliction parasite impose and the enduring hope research offers. Knowledge, like a lantern and a ladder, illuminate the shadow of disease and elevate humanity above its grasp. My journey from humble beginning with doors seemingly closed to this moment of academic fulfillment is a testament to perseverance, faith, and the transformative power of inquiry. What began as a detour into zoology has evolved into a purposeful pursuit to unravel parasitic diseases, forging new pathways for diagnostic treatment and control. Parasites, the silent adversary of human health, thrive in the shadows, infiltrating lives and eluding detection. Yet science remains relentless. With every antigen profiled, diagnostic tool developed, and host-parasite interaction elucidated, we move closer to tipping the scale in favor of health. But the battle is far from over. Rivers still nurture snails that transmit diseases. Children still bear the scars of infection endured across generations. Mothers still shoulder the burden of neglected illness. Yet, hope persists. It is embedded in every experiment, fortified by every breakthrough, and strengthened by collaboration. This hope fuels the vision of an Africa where neglected diseases no longer define destinies. The challenges is far vast, but so is our resolve. We must innovate, collaborate, and educate, dismantling misinformation, strengthening healthcare system, and integrating science into policy. As I conclude, I do so with gratitude to mentors, students, colleagues, and institutions, and with renewed commitment. Together, let us be a generation that losing the grip of parasites on human health. Let us build a future where science and society advance hand in hand towards a horizon free of neglected tropical diseases. The thread of hope remains unbroken, and as long as it holds, affliction will not prevail. So, Vice Chancellor, sir, ladies and gentlemen, acknowledgement. I'm profoundly grateful to Almighty God for this grace in my life, granting me wisdom and opportunities beyond my expectation. To Him, I give all glory. My heartfelt appreciation goes to Professor Adeshegun Fatusi, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Medical Sciences, Ondo, for his invaluable support and mentorship. And Professor Rose Angela Humba, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, for her assistance in overcoming certain research challenges. Oftentimes, I used to run to our lab when light goes off in my lab. I deeply value the mentorship of Professor Lumide Ogundansi during my tenure as Deputy Director at CORD. And my PhD mentor, who is seated here, Professor Alexander Odaibu, whose generosity and guidance were instrumental in my academic journey. I also thank Professor Olajumoke Morenikeji, who's also here, Professor Adesola Azan, Professor Aina Adiogun, Professor Chiaka Anumudu, and Dr. Adedayo Sowumi from the Department of Zoology, University of Ibadan, as well as Professor Adekunle Bakare, who is more or less like a brother and a mentor to me, for their support throughout the years. I cherish collaboration of Dr. Fumilayo Afolayan and Dr. Timothy Alta, particularly in my diagnostic development project. My time at the University of Ibadan was enriched by the Redeemed Christian Postgraduate Fellowship, which provided spiritual and emotional support during difficult times, especially after the tragic accident involving my wife in 2012. I remain grateful to Professor Kayode Adebowale, the current Vice Chancellor of University of Ibadan, for his swift intervention during that period. At Babcock University, I am thankful to Professor Olayinka Oyewole and Professor Chimbudu Ezekiel for their support. Special thanks goes to Professor Friday Okonofa and Professor Haire Omakwa for facilitating my participation in the RF Excel Fellowship. And more importantly, my postgraduate students, Tajuddin, Kabirat, Olushola, Adedayo, Precious, Blessing, and Mr. David Afolayan, who inspire me daily. Then Faculty of Science, Professor Mojisola Nkiko, and colleagues in the Faculty of Science, HOD, Department of Biological Biosciences and Biotechnology, Dr. Oyeyemi, and colleagues in the department. I thank you all for your support. All professors in UNIMED who have become sources of inspiration to me especially Professor Ogundaini, Professor Wolawi, Professor Adeodu, Professor Amodu, who was on sabbatical, Professor Abubakar, Professor Adebimpe, Professor Duile, Professor Adebayo, and Professor Lowokere. I thank you all for your support. The CMD, UNIMED TH, Dr. Michael Igbala, for his support for our lab. I thank him so much. My international collaborators have been instrumental in advancing my research, including Franco Facon, Clarissa Costa, Ibrahim Shalash, Jagong, William Castro Borges, Amoya Panda, Antonio Macho, Rafaela, Grenfell, Lisa, Solimbeja. Their contributions have been invaluable. I'm deeply grateful to my parents, the late Pa Oyeyemi Salau, and my mother who is here, Victoria Oyeyemi, whose sacrifices shaped my journey. To my elder brothers, Olufemi, Ayobola, Ayorinde, Oyeniyi Oyeyemi, and my sister who is also here, Mrs. Olajumake Romosele, your unwavering support means the world. Special thanks to Engineer Sunday Romosele. I appreciate my younger sister, Sheun Titilope Fuluke, and their husbands. My gratitude goes to Mrs. Bukola Oyeyemi, Shegun Oyeyemi, and my extended family. I also thank my in-law, Pastor, and Mrs. Julius Ojo, who are also here, along with the Adenekan and Olaseni family for their kindness and prayers. To my beloved wife and partner, Dr. Ifeoluwa Oyeyemi, your love is my anchor, your patience my solace, and your sacrifice my strength. Through every challenge and every distance, you've stood unwavering, offering wisdom, care, and unshakable belief in me. You are my pillar, my confidant, and my greatest blessing. For your endless grace and unwavering support, I am forever grateful. And finally, I thank you all for your patience and love. Thank you.
You may be seated. With today's lecture, we have indeed come to the end of an era in the history of our university, as we expect a new vice chancellor in the next 10 days. And I'm glad I'm able to be part of today's lecture. It is not traditional to give a comment. I will never have seen me giving a comment before. But permit me to say I want to use the opportunity to appreciate all our young professors who have made it a point of duty to present their inaugural lecture very early in their career. I want to thank each and every one of you. In the last 3 years, we've had 9 inaugural lectures, even as a young university. We have come from number 1 lecture to number 10. And I do hope that as the new chapter opens in the next couple of days, we'll continue that tradition of letting our young professors come up early to share with us on the depth of their knowledge and the remarkable work they've done, just as we have seen today. So on behalf of our University Senate, it is my singular pleasure to present this certificate of presentation of inaugural lecture to today's lecturer, Professor Oyetunde Timothy Oyeyemi, Professor of Parasitology and Tropical Medicine in the Department of Bioscience and Biotechnologies, University of Medical Sciences. On this occasion of delivering the 10th inaugural lecture of our university titled Webs of Affliction, Thread of Hope, Unraveling Parasites, Patterns, and Pathway to Health. Congratulations.
Your
Please, important announcement to everyone. Please, let's quickly listen to this. Order of refreshment. For the people in Faculty of Science, we are to go to the Secretary's Office of Court. Others are to remain seated. We encourage family members also to go to the court office. You will be directed appropriately. Please let others remain seated and you will be served here in the next couple of minutes. Thank you.
Yeah, stuff to do, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good boy.
Easy now, me take it easy. Got you some cruise, my days. You spoke one for days. Come on, put the body on the breath. Put the shoe, make it stand like this. All your sorrow, make it dance them free. If you know be kalala, if you know be kalala, never. Oh my God, what you want, my dog? I never like the booty. Motuba, Oluwa, yeah. Joy is coming, joy is coming. Tuba, Oluwa, yeah. Joy is coming. Only early in the morning, you do. Tuba, Oluwa, yeah. Joy is coming, joy is coming. Tuba, Oluwa, yeah. Joy is coming. Only early in the morning, you do. Up and never, so what when I did it, I want to be sure what did it. Yeah. Don't make that, I want to put it well lady. I want to put it well lady. Yeah, it's in a me, take it easy. Got some cruise, my keys. You spoke one for days. Come on for the body, no the breathe. Put your shoe, make it stand like this. All your sorrow, make it dance them free. If you know be kalala, if you know be kalala.
They say money don't buy you happiness. Money can't buy you love. Money can't fill this emptiness. But I want all the money in the world. Money don't buy you happiness. Money can't buy you love. Money don't fill this emptiness. But I want all the money in the world. Ooh-wee. I want all the money in the world. Yeah, yeah. I'd rather be crying in a Bentley, sipping on Hennessy, drying on my tears with some $100 bills. Feeling down in Fendi, but I got plenty money for the pain in the world. Chilling in the biz, just like Justin Bieber, cause I got the money, I don't care. And you can put that on my visa, roll me like with Caesar. You know that we global, bitch, I'm here. So far from where we coming from, and we don't stop until it's done. They say money don't buy you happiness. Money can't buy you love. Money can't fill this emptiness. But I want all the money in the world. Money don't buy you happiness. Money can't buy you love. Money don't fill this emptiness. But I want all the money in the world. Ooh-wee. I want all the money in the world. Yeah, yeah. Reach for the stars if you can today. You know you can if only you try. There is so much to live for today. Without a doubt, we'll be okay. Oh, live it up, do it in my way. Not me be king, not me get kingdom. Reach for the stars if you can today. Just reach it up like yeah. So far from where we coming from, and we don't stop until it's done. They say money don't buy you happiness.
no play, I did for you, I did. Now you wanna use me to play me, oh man, if you leave me, I go run mad. Call me Mr. Romantic, my money no day, I did. When you lay on I did. We also no play, I did for you, I did. Now you wanna use me to play me, oh man, if you leave me, I go run mad. Call me Mr. Romantic, for you, I did it. For you, I did it. For you, yeah. For you, I did it.
Please, let's kindly be seated. Let's be seated, please. Those in charge of the distribution of the food will surely ensure that it gets to everyone. Once you have the ticket with you, the food will get to you. Please, let's exercise patience while we have as many that have been given their food. Please, let's excuse the auditorium so that we can't know those that are left that should be attended to. Ẹ jọ̀wọ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká ní sùúrù. Oúnjẹ máa kan everybody níwọ̀n ìgbà tí tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì bá ti wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Lọ́wọ́ yín.
Dúpẹ́ tèmi o, kọ́tó dé mo ti gbéra tèmi o. You no get no time today, it's kemi ṣàtì lórí tèmi o.
So please, let's be seated. Let's be seated. Alájà, ensure that those that are going to be given should be those on the seat. Àwọn tí o bá ti jókòó, ẹ má fún ọ ní nǹkan kan. Ẹ jọ. Our HODs are here.
Ṣé mi lóore táráyé máa bọ̀ ọ́? I don't wan be downcast o. Make this money make me self-cast o. Ṣebí time go tell me say no fair for my hood. Other niggas no dey send o.
Ẹ jọ, let's be seated. Let's be seated.
I got to make this.
Let's be seated.
Me say no fair for my hood.
Please, let's be seated. Let's be seated. God bless you.
Kàbí ìjàlè mo máa ń ṣáṣẹ́, kò sẹ́ni tó ń bá ní wájà. Bàtà mi bàbá pàṣẹ, bàtà pàṣẹ mi mo ti bá ń yá. Bóyá kó o bá mi sọ, má tó kí ẹ sọ, ènìyàn ẹnu àgbà. Àwọn ọ̀nà máa pàṣẹ kan, ọba tí wọ́n rà á ní bóyá ló fẹ́.
It's Maxido, the inspirational producer.
Me no go beef anybody, give me shotty lórí tèmi o. Boy, me do bad tèmi o, kọ́tọ́ dé mo ti gbéra tèmi o. Come on. Listen up.
Steady your face just for me. I wanna take a picture so this could last longer for me. Take my secrets, got them like precious money. I never want to hear you quiet, so I write songs for you. And I believe, yes I believe, I'm falling for you like a thief, breaking the knees. Cause when I see you, I feel to steal the keys to your heart again. Yeah, yes I believe, I'm falling for you like a thief, breaking the knees. Cause when I see you, I feel to steal the keys to your heart again. My baby bad, my baby good, my baby all the things I need. My baby bust up the silence, my baby bust up the silence. My baby bad, my baby good, my baby all the things I need. My baby bust up the silence, bust up the silence. Steady your face just for me. I wanna take a picture so this could last longer for me. Take my secrets, got me like precious money. I never want to hear you cry.